Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. I'm in a different film space and likely I'm going to be here for the next several months because my film room has been converted or is being converted into a nursery. This space here, while it's nice, it's good, it's not as pretty. We don't have the vanity you guys usually see in the back. Hopefully we can get that there in the next week or two. And then you have a window here, which is just distracting, to be honest. But the upside to the window is I'm much closer to natural light. So I'm sure that's going to help us when we do wear tests, swatches, demo, all of that good stuff. Today's video is going to be on the new SUQQU Summer 2022 collection. All the items here have arrived several weeks ago, but I was on vacation for 7 days. I was gone for 7 days, and so there's a backlog and I'm trying to get to everything, but very excited about this collection because number one, they released a melting powder highlighter, which is a first for the SUQQU line, and two new melting powder blushes, which I love. They also have 2 quads and I think 2 moisture rich lipsticks, as well as 2 of the sheer matte lipsticks. So it's a big collection, and most of those items are still available. I mean, I'm a little surprised. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe there's just been other makeup releases around the same time people are more interested in, but the fact that limited edition seasonal items are still available is kind of shocking. So I like to just see for myself what this collection is like, and if you guys are interested, I'll have links to each of the items below. I do think Cult Beauty is having a sale right now, which includes SUQQU items, and I'm not sure if they have these new items, and if they do, what's left. However, if you're interested in SUQQU and you're interested in trying it, I would definitely go check it out. So I'll vet those as well, the offer, and if it's still available. If it is, I'll have that in the description as well. So let's get to all the items that I picked up from the collection. First I have here is one of the quads, 116 SUQQU. I do not have anything from SUQQU that quite looks like this. Sure, you know, I have some brighter, deeper pinks, but this is quite light, and this is actually a shimmery metallic shade. I don't think it's just a lid topper either, but we'll find out in a second here when I swatch. This is a cooler matte brown. And then we have the melting powder highlighter 101 in Kagero. This is much warmer, but it is very reflective. And I did swatch actually the highlighter and the blush, the melting powder blush you'll see, 101 Hoteiro, in a recent video where I talked about like makeup haul. And if you did watch that video, you'll recall this blush actually came shattered, and I reached out to customer service. They jumped on it right away and sent me a replacement. So that was great of them. Thank you for the ladies at the Selfridges SUQQU counter. Okay, let's get on to the swatches here. I'm going to first start off with the shimmer lid topper shade. And then let's go into that metallic pink, which turns out to be more mauve-y. Then we have the kind of gray-brown metallic shade. And without having going in, it definitely looks more shimmery, but it's definitely a metallic with some glitter in its finish. And then finally, the matte brown. I'm going to swatch it again. Typically the matte shades from these SUQQU quads they blend very well, and I feel like that first swatch made it look like it was going to be not very smooth, but not the case once you go in again and with a brush or finger, whichever you prefer to put on your eye makeup, it should blend out really nicely. So moving on to the highlighter, it looks magnificent. It's a warm undertone with some coral gold flecks in it. And then for that beautiful blush, oh, it's gorgeous. This looks very pigmented compared to the other melting powder blushes that I have. I'll do some comparisons afterwards. And this one I would say has that reflective quality to it that these other ones don't. I think these are more like matte satin finishes, whereas this one is like clearly metallic. So I'm very interested to see how it's gonna look on the cheeks when I apply using a brush. So I'm first gonna demo the quad here. I'm placing the shade all over the lids. Going into this pink shade here, I am just gonna diffuse that right on top of the previous shade. And I'm stopping short of the crease. Then going into this matte brown here, I'm just creating more dimension, especially in this region here. And working some of that into the crease. Then I'm going to buff out right here on the outer corners to soften it up. Because of my choice to use this all over the lids, this look is definitely more brown with kind of like a khaki tone to it than it is pink. So if you ask me, this is not a traditional summer quad. It's first quite cool, the overall color story, and this shade here, which looks like it might be bright and kind of summery, is actually not that bright. It's more mauvey, which is really interesting because we're used to seeing brighter shades, warmer overall color stories during the summer. Now I'm going to pop this onto the center of the lid. Such a pretty purple glittery shade. So I'm curious how this eye look is going to pair with the warmer blush and also the warm highlighter. But I think it's a beautiful, beautiful quad. Very pretty. Moving on to the blush, it's so pigmented. I'm just gonna dab it in twice like this, tap off excess, and oh yeah, that's a lot of color already. Okay, so I was a little bit concerned that because once I dabbed it on, it looked really concentrated over here, that I'm gonna have trouble diffusing it, but it looks like it is diffusing. Go back in for a light application or a second application. And for the highlighter, also very pigmented. And then the item I didn't swatch is the Moisture Rich Lipstick in 123 SUQQU. The Moisture Rich lipsticks are more of a sheer lipstick. And this does have shimmery specks in the finish. This is the finished look. I actually really like this eyeshadow quad. I think subconsciously I picked this top today because of the shades from the quad. I think it goes really well. It is not, again, the summer kind of color story, warm color stories we're used to, but I think of it more as like a fall or even spring. However, we all have our favorite eyeshadows, quads, quins, palettes, and it really doesn't matter when you wear it, as long as it suits your mood, the look you're trying to go for. Really love the blush. Love the highlighter as well. I thought it was gonna look very dramatic, the highlighter especially, because of how shimmery it is. But once it's on the face, very classic SUQQU, it just doesn't look too much at all. And as for the moisture rich lipstick, this is not a shade I would pick with the overall look. However, this lipstick is very comfortable. I'm gonna wear it throughout the day to see how it feels. And let's do some swatches of other SUQQU products here. In terms of the quad, I don't really have anything really too similar to swatch against, but I'd like to show you the other melting powder blushes that I have. I will continue to talk about these, rave about these until there's no more to talk about. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. The three that I'm about to swatch are not limited edition, so these are available, I guess, in perpetuity until they decide to discontinue the line. But this is 02 Haru Oto, and it's a cool pink. Then I have 06 Yubae, and this one will be interesting to see how similar it may be to 101 Hoteiro. The main difference between the two, it might not be that obvious on camera, but I think you can see it. This is much warmer and deeper, and this in comparison looks actually kind of not pink, but it's almost like a tangerine versus something that has like a golden tone, which makes sense because it is reflective and it does have like a golden reflex to it. Then for the last one, 03 Kome Guri. It is lightest of the three, and this is a corally shade. These melting powder blushes, when you look at them, they certainly they look satin in the compact, and when they go on, I think they're so gorgeous and complimentary that's why I took all three of them, because if whatever else I took wasn't going to work with the makeup look on any given day, I can just take one of these and make it work. The other comparisons I want to do is with lipsticks. This is my first moisture rich lipstick, the shade that I have on here, and I'd like to show you guys some other SUQQU products that I also love, their lip products. This is totally different because this is a matte finish, but this is their Comfort Lip Fluid Fog, and this is in a limited edition shade 107. And they really have a variety of offering. And this Fluid Fog is like a very pigmented liquid lipstick. Then I have the Comfort Lip Fluid Glow. The Glow is a gloss finish. This is also limited edition, and the shade is 104. And for their most recent big lipstick launch, it's a brand new line. It's the Sheer Matte Lipsticks. These were released last fall. Just as an example, I have a shade here, 08. So this is not limited edition, but you can kind of see the difference. As the name implies, sheer matte. Some of your natural pigments do come through as a result, but these are beautiful. Although the mood, at least for the shades that they released, were more like fall appropriate at the time, so I don't find myself going back to them right now. However, they actually do have 2 new shades along with this summer collection, and then there will be 2 more new shades in the fall of this year. So if you're interested in sheer matte, I have a whole video of all the shades that I purchased, so you can take a look at that, swatches, demo, and then of course Comfort Lip Fluid Fog and Glow. This will settle more and look much less glossy and will look like truly a matte, but this one will stay glossy throughout the entire time you have it on. Good news is none of the lip products are scented. And then before we go here, I do want to put on some bronzer. This is Charlotte Tilbury's brand new cream bronzer in the shade 01. Actually, I think it's just called One Fair. I have been testing this out, and I like to do it again today. I like to use this very versatile cream liquid product brush from Sonia G. It is the Jumbo Base, And I'm just gonna warm up the complexion. And then as a note, I've been using as much as I can the Westman Atelier Skincare Pressed Powder. It's what I use to set today's makeup as well. So we'll be trying all of these in preparation for the next big product update. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel and you watched to the end, subscribe to this channel, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the bell to get notified every time new content is released. I'm very curious if you guys, especially these SUQQU fans, that I know you watch these videos, have you picked up anything from this collection, or you've just kind of been waiting to see more videos on it? I'm curious to get your thoughts. I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.